welcome to Feathers of Wisdom. I'm Stacy, the Black Feather Intuitive. This morning as I was meditating, I was thinking about, what could I sort of talk about this week with Feathers of Wisdom? And the concept of going with the flow came up. And I thought this is going to be a great topic. Years ago, I was in a really bad way, feeling very depressed, but didn't know why. Everything was going just fine in my life, but I just felt like there was something missing. There was something that I hadn't explored that was sort of nagging at me. And I started taking life coaching. And through that life coaching, one of the topics, one of the exercises that she suggested I work on was learning how to go with the flow. And at that time I was like, okay, it's a great concept, but what the fark does that mean? What does going with the flow mean? And how do I do that for myself? I'm used to driving rather than cruise controlling my life. I get an idea in my head or someone makes a suggestion and I'm on it like a shot. I've got 50,000 ideas and I've done, very little research and I just go for it and dive right in and see what happens. And while sometimes that's a really positive thing, what I have found is that going with the flow actually gives me more freedom, gives me more fulfillment and more success in achieving what those, pops of inspiration provide. So let's talk about going with the flow. If you think of a river, or you think of a body of water, it has that ebb and flow. And say you're on a raft and you're laying on the raft and you're floating around. That's going with the flow. The raft is taking you down the river of life. It's taking you and you are able to look around and see all the wonderful things that are in front of you. And let's say there's a branch that sticks out and you notice in the clearing that there's something that you want to go and explore. You just reach out, you grab the branch, you park your raft, you put it on the shore, you go and explore and see where that adventure takes you. And then when you're ready, you just come back to your raft, hop on, get back into the river of life, and go on down to the next adventure. This was not something that I did on a regular basis. I drove, I steered, I paddled, and I had tunnel vision, and I saw a goal that I thought I was supposed to achieve, and that was all I could see, going down and paddling so furiously down this river to get where I needed to be. And along the way, I missed all of those different opportunities. So in my opinion, from my experience, what going with the flow is really just waking up in the morning, yawning, stretching, and saying, "Good morning, world. I'm here, and what do you have to show me today?" It's like going out and taking a walk and taking a different route. Walking down streets that you've never walked down before. Taking a walk and with not really being sure where you're going to end up. And just experiencing that. Just having that experience of, my inner guidance is telling me to turn right here. Okay, I'm going to turn right and let's see what happens. And you never know. Sometimes you'll go for a walk and it was just like, okay, that was cool. And I saw some birds and I saw some trees and I, communed with nature and woohoo. But other times you end up running into someone that you wouldn't normally have met or run into. You have a very pleasant conversation that leads you to something else. It could lead to a job. It could lead to a friendship. Just the other day, I was taking the dog for a walk and I took a different route with Vader. And we met a new friend, a puppy that's just a month younger than him, named Zai. And so now Vader has a new friend. And I would never have met this dog owner and Zai if I hadn't taken that route. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that in terms of what going with the flow actually means. It doesn't mean you have to give up control of your life. It simply opens more doors, opens more avenues. And you can do it in a less stressful way. You can choose to grab the branches that look interesting to you that you'd like to explore, or you can choose to pass those by and look for something else down the road. But it doesn't have to be a driven situation. It doesn't have to be tunnel vision and always thinking that you have to get to this specific end goal. It's more about going with the flow and allowing life to lead you there. And you'll get there, but you'll get there in a way that is so much more fantastic and so much more fun and freeing than you would if you were driving, if you were taking control and missing all of those wonderful, interesting opportunities along the way. So I was going to do a card pull today, but I think I've talked enough on this subject. I hope this was helpful, and tune in next week and I'll do another card pull from the Osho Zen deck. Have a wonderful week. Take care.